if I do got to pay for this or whatever, does she have to pay me back if I'm not the father?
The matter of Maya Pfeiffer versus Sean Walsh. All right, so this matter was set for a status conference before me to address completed results of genetic testing. Where are the parties at with the genetic testing?
They said we needed a case number, and I was just waiting for the case number because somebody needs to pay to open the file for the DNA testing. And I was waiting for him to pay for it to get me that case number, and I haven't been provided with it yet. So
Your Honor, I called after our last court date. I called what I was told to do, friend of the court, and they asked to see what I had to do to get the testing done. And they told me that she would have to bring Caroline in there first, and then I would be able to go in and get it done. I've let her know what they said too, and I've let my caseworker know. And she told me that we'll just have to wait till court then.
yeah, and
For the court, there was an order for genetic testing at some point. I mean, it sounds like there was.
Yes, there was.
there was. When I called the DNA office that the friend of the court gave me the number to, and they told me that in order to open a case file that somebody had to pay to open that case file. And then they give you a case number, and then I'm able to bring Caroline up and get the DNA testing done. So I personally wasn't going to pay for it because I felt like Sean should pay for it because he's the one who wants the DNA testing done. So that's what I was waiting on. I don't know if there's a miscommunication between friend of the court and the DNA office or any of that. I'm still willing to go get her DNA testing done. I just wasn't willing to pay for the DNA testing.
I don't see, I mean, I see a start of an order for genetic testing in this file, but I don't see one that's signed by the judge. It could be in the circuit court file instead, or it's out there somewhere. So we will clear that up, see where that order is. You know if that was an order that we did, Judge Mertz did?
It said plaintiff's motion and affidavit to revoke acknowledgement of parentage, and then this hearing says hearing referred to referee to address completed results of genetic testing.
All right, so we will check on the status of that order and then get that to the parties so that the testing can be done. I mean, Judge Mertz's order should indicate who is to pay for the genetic testing.
Yeah, the only paperwork I got was literally this piece of paper here with just the 2 court dates hearing on it. I've not received anything about DNA genetic testing paperwork, any type of, like, I had to call the friend of the court to get the number for the DNA testing because I didn't even know, like, if it's a local place or if I got to go out of town or any of that.
All right.
So
We will follow up and get that order squared away, get that to the parties and get that ball rolling. And then what we would likely do then is set this matter for a status conference in about 60 days, just to make sure that's happened. But in front of the court, the circuit court will follow up and make sure the parties get that order so that you can start that process.
thank you.
And I called the friend of the court and I did everything that they told me to do. But if I do got to pay for this or whatever, does she have to pay me back if I'm not the father?
Well, I mean, if Judge Mertz made the order, I'm going to let him make those decisions.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Sometimes
going
that
to do
happens,
whatever it takes.
That would be, I'm leave that up to Judge Mertz since it was his order to do the testing.
Okay.
All right, so we will be, like I said, the court will be in contact with both of you to provide that information so the testing can get completed, and then we'll see you back here after that. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right,
thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye.